Hello everyone, this is Nikos. Welcome to the channel. I'm currently at £5 profit for the month. It is the 20th of July. So yeah, I'm very happy how everything is going. Another thing is we finally seem to have summer. So what, we're going to get 10 days of summer here in the UK. It's amazing. I've literally just had about half an hour just sitting in the sun. It's amazing. It's the only thing I miss about living in Greece, I would say, is the sun. But today's video here today, we're going to be talking about VAT, and I'm quite happy because it's quite a nice feeling when you know you've done your VAT registration, you've submitted all your invoices and everything to the accountant, and they're able to process it for you. So one of the first things that I'm going to talk about, okay, is the accountant that I use. I use Awesome, the e-commerce specialist accountant, and you can see here how it's quite handy when you log in. You can see what's due at each time. So I know that I've got a VAT registration due on the 7th of July, so VAT filing even on the 7th of July. So what I've done is 2-3 weeks now, really before that, I contact my accountant to make sure that we've got everything in line. So I'm just going to show you the process for which I do stuff, and yeah, how helpful they've been with us. Now, as said, okay, so we had 7th of July was my VAT filing to be done. Now, before we talk about that, what is VAT and how does it work for your business? Now, if you're VAT registered, then you know how this works. Unfortunately, you got to start straight away. But if you're in the threshold, you're thinking, I'm going to get VAT registered or no, how does it work for us? Well, say for example, my VAT time was from the 1st of March to the 31st of May. So that was the quarter for me, okay? This is a quarter, so 3 months we had here. That's for which I'm going to do my VAT filing. So say, for example, apologies, during that time, part-time thrifter Nikos Marcos purchased how much stock, let's say, how much stock from the UK, how much stock from China. Let's say he purchased 30k worth of stock. It's not unreasonable, okay, 10k a month on Amex is not too bad. So we've got 30,000 worth of stock. Now, when you start doing purchases from China, it gets a bit trickier. So I'm just going to go say, like, you are doing everything the old way and our rate. Now, if you're a clever boy, you can claim back the VAT. Now, what's VAT? Well, VAT is 20% value added tax. So therefore, you can claim the 20% of the 30,000 that you've just purchased. So that's why it's very important for you to be able to have invoices and making sure that you're doing everything correctly. Because if you've not got invoices, you're not able to claim it. Really important. This is why people are talking about it. So we've got 10% is 3,000. So 20% would be 6k. So I can claim back 6,000. I was going to say Mr. Michael can claim 6,000, just used to being a teacher. Now, so we can claim back 6k from HMRC. We've purchased 30,000 worth of stock. We sold, let's say, 90,000 of stock. Okay, we sold 90,000 worth of stock. So therefore, good old HMRC will need the money back. We got 20%. I am going to a very simple example. It might be the case that some of this stock here, so let's say, let's make it a bit more complicated. You've also got some VAT-free stock. I would have to have that up here too. But say if you had some VAT-free stock, you could say your 10,000 of sales, because it's VAT-free, you don't need to pay any VAT on it. But as I said, let's go for a very simple example where the amount purchased and the amount sold, everything's VATable, really. So you've got also sold, so we can need to pay VAT of 20% on that. So we got 10% is 9k, so 18k. So 18k we've got to pay HMRC. Now, so we've purchased this stock, we've got claim back. Say over 3 months, you've also had some services. So you also had services. Maybe the services cost you 2k. 2k services, so therefore you can claim back 400 quid. So claim back, claim back. But unfortunately, you've got 18k you've got to pay HMRC. So what happens during this time? So by the way, anything that we're talking about here has happened between this quarter. Hopefully you can see the bottom. Yeah, you can do. So therefore, we would simply have 18k. What do we need to pay HMRC? 18k. Take away the 6k. Take away the 400 quid. So we're going to have 12,000, 11,600. So if these are your numbers, yeah, you've got to pay HMRC 11,600 for this VAT quarter. So yeah, it's not a small amount of money, yeah, that you need to be paying HMRC. So this is why I like doing everything early. So I'll contact Awesome, and I'll obviously. I wish I was better at uploading invoices at the time I receive the emails, or as soon as I place the order, can I also have the invoice XYZ? But I'm really bad. So it tends to happen that as I'm doing array, I'll have my receipt, I'll put it to Awesome. Sometimes I'll have some invoices that I've uploaded them. So what ends up happening, it ends up I'm missing transactions. So what I say to Awesome, I'll say, well, can you please provide me with a spreadsheet of transactions which have not been, cue the word underneath here. What's the word I'm looking for? If you're watching this, you probably know the word. I've got it, I've not looked up, reconciled. That is the word, reconciled. They've not been reconciled, and I'll get that spreadsheet, and then I'll just go one by one, it's quite easily to find it. Obviously, you'll end up having multiple email accounts if you're doing array, if you're doing OA. So because I use a Mac, what I've done is I've logged in all my emails on the Mail app on the MacBook, and then I just search with the brand name and the amount of money, and then I'm quite easily able to find the order number. If I've got the invoice attached, perfect. If not, I'll just request an invoice from that company. Any company that trades in the UK should provide you with an invoice. So very, very, very important for that. Yeah. As mentioned, I've got the link below in the description for yourselves. If you are looking to get an e-commerce specialist accountant, an accountant that knows the differences between just having a business and having an e-commerce business, or some of the ones that I've been using for 2.5 years now. 2.5 years now, they've been brilliant for me. And yeah, you can get up to 100 quid off the services with them by clicking the link below in the description. Hopefully that makes sense what that is. It can be a headache, yeah, but it doesn't mean it's not the end of the world. The fact that you can have to pay VAT of 11,600, yeah, it's because you've just done 90k in sales, yeah, over a quarter. So please, please, please do not think it's the end of the world. Yeah. VAT is just one of those things that indicates that your business is growing. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you could like, subscribe, that'd be amazing. We're nearly at 11,000 subscribers, which is mad. And just last shout out for myself is my free Discord. So I've got a link below in the description for yourselves, where if you have any questions, something that you need to pop up, I've got the link below for yourselves, and you can ask me quite easily. It's probably the easiest way to get contact with yourselves. I'm currently in the process of limiting myself to 10 minutes a day on Instagram and TikTok and XYZ. So if it is, I just post stuff and ghost. But Discord is an app that I use all the time. So if you're interested, if you've got any questions, if you want to book a one-to-one to myself, that's where you can find me. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope this is clear for you. And yeah, thanks for watching.